Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Sunday, the 8th of August 2021, and we are publishing our weekly update for the week ending the 6th of August and our forecast for the coming week. Now, this video has the same content as the one we produced on Saturday, and so if you listen to that one, then please there's no need to listen further. Last week we saw gold and silver prices crash, well, at least on Friday. And also yesterday, in addition to our weekly update, we produced another video entitled Why Gold and Silver Crashed on Friday. And we've provided a link to that one below. Please do listen to that one in particular, as we believe it contains very useful information moving forward. So let's see what happened last week and where we see next week heading. Now, firstly, we are becoming just a little concerned about the level of viewership of our videos. So please, if you can, give us a thumbs up and, of course, subscribe and press the bell sign. So let's have a look at what's been happening. Gold fell $50 last week, falling from $1,814 to $1,764, having hit a high of $1,832 and a low of $1,759. That is a resultant fall of 2.8% on the week. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £1,271. That's down £34. And in euros, it closed at €1,499. That's down €29. Silver fell $1.14 from $25.50 to $24.36. having been as high as 26.02 and as low as 24.23. Now that's a fall of 4.5%. So we've had a 4.5% fall in silver and a 2.8% fall in gold. Now we're expecting this coming week, whichever way they move, for that divergence to improve in favor of silver, providing, of course, the economic data is positive. Although both may very well go down in price, silver shouldn't fall more on that occasion. But we shall wait and see. In sterling terms, silver closed at £17.55. That's down 79 pence on the week. And in euros, it closed at 20.71 euros. That's down 0.78 euros. The gold to silver ratio rose quite substantially, really, from 71.1 to 1 to 72.4 to 1. Bitcoin is up $3,970, following the previous week's rise of $5,989, and currently, as we speak, stands at $43,587. When you consider that less than 3 weeks ago, in fact, just over 2 weeks ago, it was below $30,000. Now, just a brief reminder on that, we have established a Crypto Plus channel and have placed a link below for those interested in DeFinance and cryptocurrencies, though we do need to produce a few more videos on that channel. Going back to the markets, the Dow Jones closed on Friday at 35,208. That's up 144 points on the day, and up 273 points on the week. And we'll see in a moment that's in spite of a rising dollar and in spite of fears of rising rates. The S&P 500 closed at 4,436. That's up 7 points on the day and up 41 points on the week. But the Nasdaq closed at 14,835. That's 14,835. Down 59 points on the day, but up 163 on the week. The one thing we've noticed generally about the Nasdaq, for some reason it doesn't like Fridays. Brent crude closed at $70.70, down a sizable $4.71 on the week. And WTI crude closed at $68.28, down an even more sizable $5.67 on the week. Now, we do expect the WTI to marginally correct that percentage disparity with Brent crude next week, regardless of which direction the oil price moves in. The dollar index stands at 92.80. That's up 0.63 on the week. Now, we concluded last week's video with the following forecast. So we are expecting a little more movement in gold and silver prices this coming week. Gosh, if ever we did. Obviously data dependent. So we see gold trading between 1750 and 1875. The 1700 and 1925 as outliers. And silver trading slightly lower between 24.25 and 26.25, with 23.75 and 27.25 as outliers. Well, gold traded last week within a range of initially $32. And when we say initially, we mean until Friday, when the non-farm payroll data came in, and we saw gold plummet within less than 5 hours from $1,800 to $1,759. In fact, the brunt of the fall came literally within minutes. We saw a tweet, and we saw gold immediately fall $10 or $15 and started its decline, which it continued then. It just regained $5 from its low towards the close. So its range for the week between high and low was eventually $73. We did say last week to expect more volatility. But in fairness, that dramatic fall in such a short period of time surprised us too. Though, to be fair, and we are perhaps bragging here, our trading range of 1750 to 1875 held well. Even though on Friday it was towards the lower end of that, it still held. So what happened with the non-farm payrolls? Well, as we pointed out last week, their results could be crucial, and they've proven so, possibly even placing gold and silver into a continuing bear market. Now, we have to admit, we reported on Thursday morning's video that the ADP report, which came out on Wednesday, was going to suggest potentially that Friday's non-farm payrolls would not be as bullish as some were predicting. But that did not prove to be the case. Whereas the ADP is a guide, it is no guarantee. Now, later today, we are producing a video entitled Why Gold and Silver Crashed on Friday, where we shall go into this in far more depth than here. Otherwise, this video will prove far too long. So please watch out for that by subscribing and pressing the bell sign so you'll be notified the moment it's published. Now, the Dow Jones forecast for the non-farm payrolls for July was expected to be above 800,000, and most analysts' predictions came in at around 845,000. The reported figures were 943,000. And coupled with this, the unemployment rate moved from 5.9% to 5.4%, against expectations of 5.7%. This caught the market by surprise, and both gold and silver dumped as the dollar rallied and the 10-year yield rose. With newfound expectations that the Fed may very well curtail its bond buying program and raise rates sooner than anticipated. So with gold at 1764, we have support at 1750 and 1716 underlying that, and resistance at 1795 and just above the $1,800 level. We shall go more into this in this afternoon's video. Silver traded within a 50-cent band, again until Friday. And when the non-farm payrolls report came out, like gold, its price collapsed. Its weekly trading range, therefore, between high and low was $1.79. That's between 26.02 and 24.23, closing eventually at 24.36. Again, exactly within our trade price range forecast stated last week, though closing towards the lower end of that forecast. We said 24.25 to 26.25, with 23.75 and 27.25 as outliers. Now, silver has support at 24.20, down to 23.50, with various levels in between. If it breaks below 23.50, then frankly we could see silver fall to as low as $20, though we're not expecting that at this stage. That said, with the dollar index still remaining bullish and a move above 93 is a serious potential, we could indeed see further downward movement in both gold and silver prices. Great for those considering buying, but we would suggest, but it's only our view, not quite yet. Let's see how low they both will actually go. The next Fed meeting takes place on the 21st to the 22nd of September, which is some time away, before any decisions will be made in terms of tapering and interest rates, and we can therefore expect to see some volatility in that interim period. Now, as far as US economic data is concerned, last week's figures were broadly in line, or marginally better than expectations, until the non-farm payrolls, which proved a game changer. Now, this coming week, we have the following economic reports coming out of the United States. On Monday, job openings for June. Tuesday, the NFIB Small Business Index for July. And we have preliminary productivity and unit labour costs for quarter 2. Wednesday, which is more important, Consumer Price Index, Core CPI, and the Federal Budget Balance, all for July. Thursday, weekly jobless claims and the Producer Price Index for July. And then on Friday, the Import Price Index for July and the UMich Consumer Sentiment Index, also for July. So really, our attention should be directed to Wednesday onwards, with perhaps Wednesday followed by Thursday as being the most important 2 days in which to pay attention. So where do we see gold and silver prices moving next week? Well, we'll elaborate in this afternoon's video. There might be a slight correction on Monday, but the sentiment for the moment is indeed bearish. We shall be looking over the weekend to see how analysts are forecasting the next moves. But quite frankly, we believe for now at least that $1,800-ish gold and $26-ish silver are likely to be the highest we could possibly expect short term. Though if the economy is improving, then silver should outperform gold next week due to envisaged uptick in industrial demand. But rest assured, if gold falls below 1750 decidedly on Monday and then on to 1700, then silver too will follow suit in dramatic form. So next week really, we are expecting gold to trade between 1675 and 1825, though we suspect 1675 to 1800 being more realistic, with 1625 and 1875 as outliers, and silver to trade between 2350 and 2550, with 2250 and 26 as outliers. What are your thoughts? Why do you think we crashed yesterday? Was it market manipulation, or was it really the true reaction to the jobs data? Do let us know. Meanwhile, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all those who wished me a happy birthday. It's very much appreciated. Please, if you haven't done so, do subscribe to our channel and press the bell sign. Give us a thumbs up. It helps. Meanwhile, hope to see you at our next video in a few hours' time. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. And a most prosperous week ahead. Disclaimer. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.